Street Runners Clique is a collection of three dudes, Free Sinatra, J River, and Trillis B. Straight for the group. Yeah, we straight from the A-Town. And Street Runners Clique is just a whole new movement, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people might try to categorize us into the snap movement, but it's not that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole movement, a new way to do things, the future, you know what I'm saying? Now that we in this whole digital era of music. Actually, how we came to the name Street Runners Clique, just all throughout middle school and high school and everything, we was at every party, every club that we could sneak into or get into. Anything that was going on, block part of the barbecue, we was there. So, you know, pretty much, one day our parents came to us like, man, y'all really need to chill out. Y'all just some little, y'all always running the streets. Y'all some little street runners. You know, this is around the time when we was coming up with everything in the group and whatnot. So we was like, okay, maybe that need to be the name because, you know, what better than what we are. Okay, well, that experience was actually, it was a good experience to be around people like that. Those are the people we look up to in vets in the game and stuff like that. So to have shows with people like that and have dressing rooms right beside them, we was pretty much in awe, you know. And we was happy that they recognized the fact that we put it down on stage every time, so they would put us on the shows with them.
So Jig with it, that's the song that started the whole thing off. Like the song that really everybody knows us by. So what happens, like Jay was saying, a lot of people have a tendency of putting us in that snap movement category, and by far, you know what I mean, we're definitely not a snap group. We have a few songs with snap beats in it, but to consider us a snap, group, we reject that, title by all means. We consider our music feel-good music, if anything. It's just music that's, we like to call it age-appropriate. You know what I mean? Our management, was always supported us and kept us on the right track in terms of being able to record the type of music that, we could take into the house and play it, and our parents, wouldn't, like, what is that mess, y'all playing? So, we like to call it age appropriate, and it's really just feel good music that when you put it on in the party, you just want to have a good time, and when you leave, you ain't got to worry about nobody getting shot up because of lyrics or some things that were said. And from MySpace, basically. I mean, we was grinding on MySpace. We were the #1 unsigned group, in Georgia for 2 years straight. Before anybody even thought about MySpace, we was doing MySpace. When the whole little negative comments and all the media started going with MySpace, that's when everybody else kind of jumped on the bandwagon. But we was already on the charts and everything with MySpace. And we had close to 1 million, views on YouTube. A lot of people came behind us and took our formula and, started doing the little ad machines and the little adders and friend adders and, just really messing up the whole, what was actually created on MySpace was just a little underground system for artists to really come and be recognized. So, we pride ourselves on never using the adders, and we still don't today. You know what I mean? It's people don't know 30, 40,000 plays a day on MySpace, and you ain't never heard of them before. You know what I mean? But that's their thing. Oh, definitely, Free Sinatra. That's my dad, L.A. He was co-manager of Mook B. Had a little car shop over there on Bankhead. Had a little studio set up in the back, and they used to actually come over there to the studio and record. And I used to burn the CDs for them and hand out flyers, stuff like that when they were promoting them. So we were there, when they made, matter of fact, franchise was there as well. We were there when they made, all the Lean with it, Rock with it, and all that stuff there. So we were a part of that whole first leg of what people now call the snap movement.
Oh yeah, a little bit of acting, action with this guy good friend of ours named Tiger, who's done a lot of plays with Tyler Perry, worked with him a whole lot, put on his own play called Speak, I'm Listening. It was a play for the youth, you know, awareness about pregnancy, awareness about gang violence and things like that. So we actually played ourselves in the play because, you know, our lives just have a real good story, you know. So we actually played ourselves at Street Runners Clique and going to school and whatnot and dealing with all the trials and tribulations of a young black man, you know, things they go through all the time, you know, in everyday life. And the play turned out real good. People were loving it, almost, you know, had people in tears.
Oh yeah, we got planned on the slate for I think back to school. We got a big back to school tour that's about to kick up. Of course, nothing's like, you know, the ink's not dry on the situation, but it's supposed to be like 12 states with different schools in each state. So probably gonna have, you know, at the end of the day, close to 100 dates on that tour.
Jay River speaking. I personally, you know, although it's like a no-no thing in the hood, but I personally would love to be called Pop. I want to go all the way Pop. I want to pop as far as you can Pop. I'm talking about, you know, until I'm to that status where I can be, you know, I can do the things like a Will Smith has done or LL Cool J has done, movies and TV shows and entertainment all at the same time, you know, making all the money out there that there is for us to make. So that way, when I get into a position like that, I can help thousands and thousands of people.
Chillis Beats. Me being the producer for the group, producing is one of my main focuses, and I would just like to be spoken in the same sentence as people like, you know, Diddy and Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson. You know, I want to leave a huge legacy behind and have my music live on for the rest of the time.
You know, I hope one day to have my own, you know, Red Dirt Productions or Ruthless Records or even a Sony, you know, empire, you know. So I think we all sort of aspire to basically the same things, just to be, you know, think outside the box, you know what I mean? That's something that really got us this deal, you know, because we've always, you know, thought outside the box. When people were telling us that's not going to work, we went ahead and did it anyway, and it took us longer to get here, but I think the end result is everybody who went past us in the beginning now, you know, kind of fell off, and we still on a climb. We're on a slow climb, but it's steady climbing, and I think it's our time now. Red Dirt Productions, you know, for sticking with us, you know, when nobody else believed in us. Tamika following up on the, you know, the vision and being able to step in and say, hey, I don't want to change what y'all doing. I just want to enhance it, take it to the next level, you know. And Mike Sherman, you know, he's the one that introduced us to Tamika.
And shout outs to all the fans also, because without the fans we wouldn't have made it, because we really just like what we've done has never been done before. We like the first group to give away a hit record. You know, we pretty much just gave it out. We gave out thousands and thousands of CDs, never sold one. We were the type of group to not walk up to you and say, here, buy my CD for $5, although you never heard of me in my life. No, we took our money, we printed our CDs, we put our names on them, and we took them out to the city and we passed them out. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of CDs. So we appreciate all the fans. When the radio DJs wouldn't stand behind it, when the record labels wouldn't stand behind it, the fans was always there. Everybody was jigging 24/7. So we love all the fans.
And one more shout out, gotta hold it down for the city too, Atlanta, Georgia.
And free Sinatra.
Gon' jig with it, work your hips with it. Gon' jig with it, rock and bend with it. Gon' jig with it, work your hips with it. Gon' jig with it. Ooh, I think your friends did it. How you do that there? 2 hands.